Hey, what's up, guys? Slick Muff here, back again with another video talking about Joker movies. So, it appears that a Joker movie is being made, not one, but two, starring two different Jokers. So we have a Jared Leto solo Joker movie, I can't speak, solo Joker film. And then we have another Joker movie, an origin film produced by Martin Scorsese, I do believe. And this was announced, over a year ago, I think. The first one, still no progress there. And then they announced on top of this another Joker movie starring Jared Leto. So Jared Leto's reprising the role of the Joker. And then there's another Joker, so it's very confusing. Now, online, everybody's like, wow, this is kind of dumb. And it is. I think that you should just make the origin Joker movie with Jared Leto. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, here's the thing. Pause. Rewind. I don't care that they're making a Joker movie. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is a dumb idea. I think it's actually a very good idea. One of the problems with superhero films today is that they follow a very simple formula. You get these typical squad, team movies, and you have the funny character, you have the blah, 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 in a very Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy. Solo, from what I understand, is even somewhat similar to Guardians of the Galaxy kind of way. So you have these group movies, you have the Avengers, Justice League type of movies, and you have the solo films, which are traditional 3 acts. We've seen it a million times before and kind of know how it's going to go. So I think like a Joker solo movie that can be wild and crazy and have some interesting stuff in it would be really exciting. You wouldn't know what's going to happen as opposed to an origin story of a superhero with a traditional villain, and you kind of know how it's going to end. A Joker movie, you can do some crazy shit in there, and I think that would be really awesome. So don't interpret my confusion, disgust, anger towards WB in that I don't want a Joker movie. I'm here for the Joker movie. Now, some of you might say, I don't want to watch a Joker movie. That's fine. I understand that. Me, I'm a DC fan. I'm going to see all the DC movies. Okay. But here's the thing. They talk and talk and talk. And, as I said, over a year ago now, they were talking about making a Joker movie. 2 or 3 years ago now, they were talking about making a Batgirl movie. Even longer than that, they were talking about making the Batman solo movie. And are any of these movies even in production? And by production, I mean being shot. Of course, they say they're in pre-production, right? They're in the initial phase. They're in the planning phase, blah, 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 blah. That's all bullshit. Like, it hasn't taken 3 years to write a Batgirl script. The movie is just nowhere. The Batman solo movie is nowhere. There is no Batman solo movie. There is no Batgirl movie. There is no Joker movie. Sure, they're talking. They're saying Jared Leto's going to be here. They're going to do a Joker solo movie. Martin Scorsese's producing this other Joker. Blah, 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 blah. It's all chatter. Chatter, chatter, chatter. Whatever. Empty promises is the way that I see them. All they do is talk. When Marvel says they're making a movie, they're making that movie, and it's going to come out on the day that they say it's going to come out. Years in advance. Meanwhile, DC comes out in like 2015, I remember. They're like, yeah, we're making a Batgirl movie. We're making a Batman solo movie. We're doing this. We're doing that. Blah, 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 blah. Has any of it happened? No. It's all chatter, like I said. It's all just talk. And here's the place that I'm at with DC is that I don't care about any of the news that they're talking about. Literally at all. Now, if you talk about Aquaman, I'll listen. Because I know they're actually shooting Aquaman. It's already been shot, in fact. And that movie's coming out. Okay, so I'll listen to that. But if you're going to talk about the Batman solo movie, I don't care. Like, there's reports coming out that the Penguin is going to be the villain in the Batman solo. Who cares? Like, I can go back to 2016 and read articles about how Deathstroke is going to be the main villain. And then in 2017, I can read about how the Joker was going to be the main villain, or whatever. Like, it's just a freaking... I remember they were going to say Night Owl or some bullshit like that was going to be the main villain. I mean, like I said, it's just all talk. Who cares? Who cares? None of it is relevant. As far as I'm concerned, most of it will never happen. This Joker movie, at this point, I would be shocked if it did happen. If this Joker movie ever goes into production, as in Jared Leto is ever actually hired and they start filming, I will be shocked. Um, if the Batgirl movie ever happens, I'll be shocked. Once again, they keep saying, just a few months ago, they're like, yeah, we're still making the Batgirl movie. Joss Whedon dropped out and blah, 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 blah. There's no, sense of urgency, I guess. They are just kind of, coasting. They're like, yeah, we'll just talk about this Joker movie for a few years and, well, I don't know. We don't need to start shooting that. It's just very bizarre. It's just like, what's the plan? Give us a slate. I like the notion that you're making these interesting movies and you're not just like, oh, let's make a Cyborg solo movie. Let's make a Aquaman solo movie, which they are making. But, oh, okay, we're done with that. Let's make a Flash solo movie. And then after that, we'll make Justice League 2. And then, after that, we'll make Suicide Squad 2. And then, we'll make Man of Steel 2. I like the idea of doing, a Joker solo movie. Doing some crazy shit. Do Harley Quinn, do Birds of Prey, do Batgirl, spin-off characters, exciting. You can take risks and do interesting things and plot developments. Instead of have, the very traditional superhero movie kind of plot. But in order for me to get excited about it or anything WB or DC, I have to actually see it. Show me a Joker movie trailer and I'll be excited. I'm intrigued vaguely, but I'm not going to just sit here and get my hopes up repeatedly. I got so excited for the Batgirl movie because I thought it would never happen. I thought there would never be a Batgirl movie because I didn't think that she was sort of mainstream enough or whatever. She has a very niche audience, which I'm a part of, that really enjoy her comic books. But beyond that, really, she's not in mainstream entertainment that much. So I got really excited for that. And, I was just taking the bait. Taking WB's bait every couple of months. They're like, ooh, here's this development. Ooh, Joss Whedon. Ooh, script. Blah, 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 blah. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Who cares? Is the Batgirl movie anywhere? No. Nothing. It's in the same place that it was 3 years ago. Literally. I'm not even exaggerating. Literally before BV... maybe it was 2 years ago. It's in the same exact place. It's nowhere. For all intents and purposes. The Batgirl movie doesn't exist. There is no Batman solo movie. That's what you have to understand, is that when WB is talking about a Batman solo movie, it does not exist. There is no such thing. It's all just ideas and pre-production, and not the type of pre-production like planning where to shoot or finalizing the script. No, it's just Batman movie. It's happening. But is it though? This, of course, is the question. The $1 million question. So at this rate, DC's in a very weird spot because after Aquaman in late 2018, which is the only DC movie, what are you making? If you're not shooting anything right now, then, Shazam. Okay, they have Shazam. But once again, these, solo movies, I don't know. Shazam hasn't been in the DC, what? I don't know. What more can you say? They need some help, guys. DC, I worry about you. I don't know. Jeff Johns is evidently running the ship here. 2 Joker movies, one with a different Joker actor who's the same age as Jared Leto, which begs the question, just use Jared Leto in both movies. He's a fine Joker. People are like, oh, he's shit. You just didn't like Suicide Squad, which is fine. Okay, the tattoos thing is kind of weird. I think he overacted it to some degree. But dude, he was in the movie for 11 minutes. And that's not me exaggerating. Literally from beginning to end, it's been timed. He was in the movie for roughly 11 minutes. How can you really make a judgment on whether he's good or not? And why do you need a Joker origin movie and a Joker standalone movie? The Joker standalone movie should intertwine flashback scenes. How long does it take to show the Ace Chemicals origin scene, where Joker falls into the vat of acid and then comes out and has the Killing Joke laugh? It's a 5-minute scene. So you have the current movie that you're making, and then you intertwine the flashback movie. You combine the movies into one. It's more fast-paced. You don't need a Joker origin movie per se. You don't want to go into too much depth about who the Joker is in origin. Like, we don't want to see the Joker in fucking school, you know? Like, in depth, like the story of his life, because that's inherently supposed to be a secret. You can't answer that question. That's a big no-no to answer, you know? So, I don't know. DC's confused. WB, they're a little lost. They need guidance. Just saying, hire me. I'll get you guys straightened out. No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, like, if you get excited over anything WB announces, I really feel sorry for you. And it's not because, like, I think you're dumb, because I was that person. Like, I just think that you haven't been burned as many times as all of us yet. You might be, like, new to being excited about DC movies or whatever. I don't know. Just don't get excited about, like, when you read this shit, just ignore it. And, like, when they come out and they start talking about this Joker origin movie with Martin Scorsese, ignore. Just pretend like I didn't read it. Keep scrolling. And everybody's going to be tweeting about it on Twitter, and I'm just going to be ignored. Now, when we're talking about, hey, we're actually shooting the movie, okay, then I'm excited, because that means it's happening. Then I'm going to look into who they said was writing the script. But when they just make these bullshit announcements, it's like, oh, this famous, this writer's writing the script, this person's directing, oh, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I mean, chances are nothing's going to happen, because that's just WB. They can't execute for whatever reason. So anyway, long story short, don't get excited for WB DC announcements. That's not saying don't be excited for their movies. If they're actually making the movie, then I'm going to be excited right with you guys. But I'm just tired of, like, seeing this news about all these movies that they're making. Right now, like, if you were to really tally up the number of movies they claim to be making, it's, like, easily in excess of 20. Like, Cyborg, Aquaman 2, Man of Steel 2, Suicide Squad 2, Harley Quinn movie, Joker movie, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl. Like, at one point, they've announced all of these things, and none of them are even remotely close to coming out. And they announced these things years ago. Like, a movie takes, today, realistically, with CGI and everything, about a year and a half to make. And this was years ago that they're talking about most of these movies. Like, Man of Steel 1 came out in 2013. And they were talking about Man of Steel 2 in, like, 2014. It's just like, God, who cares? I mean, honestly, who cares about these announcements? They're just empty. They mean nothing. They're literally just boring. It's so boring. Like, them talking about this Joker, it's so boring. I don't care. Here I am, talking about it for 12 minutes. Clearly I do care. I care because I love DC and WB. I don't care about the movie itself. I literally don't. Or the announcement itself. Okay, anyway. So, I'm done. Thank you all for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I apologize for ranting or being dramatic, but, I care a lot about this stuff, but I'm beginning to wonder if WB actually does or not, but we'll see. Okay, hope you guys have enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.